Am I the a-hole for refusing to let my fiance invite his ex to our wedding as a friend? I'm 28, my fiance Marcus is 31, and we've been together for 4 years. We're getting married in October, and up until 3 weeks ago, wedding planning had actually been kind of fun. We'd argued about flowers and about whether to do a live band or a DJ, but nothing that felt like a real problem. Then Marcus sat me down one night after dinner and said he wanted to talk about the guest list. He wanted to invite Priya. For context, Priya is Marcus's ex-girlfriend. They dated for almost 2 years right before he and I met, and it ended badly. She cheated on him with a coworker, he found out through a mutual friend, and the breakup was ugly enough that he didn't speak to her for over a year afterward. I know all of this because he told me himself, multiple times, usually when explaining why he had trust issues early in our relationship. So you can imagine my face when he told me he'd been texting her again for the past few months and wanted her at our wedding. He said they'd worked things out, that she'd apologized, and that she was just a friend now, someone who understood his sense of humor in a way not many people do. He said it would mean a lot to him if she could be there. I asked him why I was only hearing about these texts now, 3 weeks before we finalized the seating chart, and not, say, 4 months ago when apparently this friendship was being rebuilt. He got defensive and said he didn't tell me because he knew I'd react exactly like I was reacting. I told him no. Not maybe, not let's discuss it more, just no. I said the woman who cheated on him and broke his heart does not get a seat at the one day that's supposed to be about the family and friends who have actually supported our relationship. He accused me of being insecure and controlling, which stung, because I don't think I am. I've never once told him he couldn't have female friends. I like his coworker Danielle. I've invited his college roommate's wife, who he was close with long before me, to game nights. This isn't about him having women in his life. It's specifically about her. His mother, who I'm usually pretty close with, actually took his side, which surprised me. She said people can change, and that excluding Priya might make Marcus resentful later. My own sister thought I was completely justified, and said she wouldn't have even had the conversation calmly like I did. My best friend Raina, who's been through her own wedding drama, told me this is a hill worth dying on, because if Marcus can't respect this boundary now, before we're even married, it says something about how he'll handle boundaries later. Marcus and I haven't fully resolved it. We had a second conversation 2 nights ago that got heated. He said I was rewriting history because Priya already apologized years ago, and I'm punishing her for something that's over. I said if it's really over, there's no reason it has to happen at my wedding specifically. Of all the places on earth they could rebuild a friendship. He went quiet after that and slept on the couch, which he's never done before in 4 years together. Yesterday, he texted me saying he still thinks I'm wrong, but that he loves me more than he wants to fight about this, and he's willing to drop it if I really can't get past it. Part of me feels like I won, but a bigger part of me feels sick that we're even here, 3 weeks before the wedding, with him quietly rebuilding something with an ex behind my back, and me having to draw a hard line just to keep her off the guest list. I keep wondering if I overreacted by saying no so bluntly instead of hearing him out more, or if his mother has a point about people changing. Everyone in my life says I did the right thing, but he still seems a little wounded by how firm I was, and that's eating at me more than I expected. Am I the a-hole, or